Hey everybody, welcome back to Z&Z Garage. We have had some time off to redo things, and the first thing we redid, we got a new floor. No more dirt in here. It's like an actual shop. But right now, we have a 2001 Ford Crown Victoria with a horrible cold start problem that we're going to try and pull data on and diagnose today.
This here is the $500 beater car I bought for the winter, and runs like ass. That's why I'm out here.
Well, let's see what we can do with it and see if we can make it work right.
What do you know?
Well, so the first thing we started with here, Zorg called me on the way over and said, hey, my check engine light came on. So I said, pull in the shop, don't turn it off. We hooked the laptop up straight away and we pulled codes out of it. Didn't want to turn the key off because we didn't want to take the chance of it erasing any codes. So our codes here, and we're using ForeScan for this. We have a readiness test not complete. That's from Zorg clearing the codes. We have an EVR circuit fault and a cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 6, and cylinder 7 misfires. So we're going to start looking into that. First, I think what we're going to try and do is we are going to try some self-tests here and see what we can find. We're going to start with the key on, engine off self-demand test. So we'll start there. Okay, so vehicle is not moving, check. Transmission park neutral, check. Ensure parking brake is on, check. And do not activate vehicle switches during the test. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close the doors. So the dome light isn't on. Okay, now we'll hit OK, and it has been started.
Now, what exactly does this?
Oh yeah, it cycles things here and there, and it's testing all the little, what's it's.
Basically check all the things that it has control of or has inputs or outputs.
Yeah,
on.
it'll activate things and it'll check for feedback and it'll see if there's a circuit fault, and then we'll do it again with the engine running. And let's see here. We got DTCs out of that. It found the EVR circuit fault again. All right, so oops. Let's go back to this. And we'll go to with the engine running. All right, engine is warmed up. All right, try this again. Oop. Press and release the brake pedal. Gotcha. 1/2 turn of release. Cycle the overdrive switch on and off. Okay. Oh, it's running smooth now.
I told you to run smooth when it's warmed up.
Wow. It's doing something to it in there. It's pissing it off.
Good.
It does have a misfire though because the computer's shaking. And we got a new code.
Oh, really?
Really? Oh, exhaust not warm enough, downstream HO2S not tested, a heated O2 sensor. That's kind of strange, but that's fine. We'll discount that one. So we'll go back here to our DTCs and we will turn this off. let's go here. Oops. See if we can add some PIDs in here to see what else we can find. Oh, that's uncool. Looks like we've got an open circuit on the EVR circuit. Let's have a fault. Okay. These fuel trims don't look that great. Now we're going to take a little break. We're going to let this thing cool off. We can get inside here and start diagnosing to see what's going on with this. We're going to have to pull some parts, check it out.
All right, Zorn, what are we up to?
All right, what we've done here is we've started getting all of our diagnostic materials set up. We've got our laptop computer out here. We've got our workshop manuals out here. And we have a good idea of which way to start heading with this thing. We're going to have to check for voltage on this connector to make sure that the EGR solenoid is getting power. This is to diagnose our 1409 trouble code concern.
That's the vacuum regulator for the EGR?
That is the vacuum regulator. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to check the resistance of this unit to make sure it's not shorted or open, either or. And then we're also going to have to make sure that we're getting power on this connector to give it power. So we need to determine, did this go bad, or do we have no power at the connector, creating another open circuit concern? So we're going to need our voltmeter for this. And the first thing I always like to do, anytime I fire up the voltmeters, I like to make sure that my equipment's working. I'm showing 12.48 volts there, so my equipment is working. So now we will move on. The first thing we'll do is we will check to see if we're getting power here. So I'm going to go hit the key in here. And we'll turn that on. And we're going to want to see if we have before it fell out, we had 12 volts. I try to be very ginger with these things and not irritate them too much and not spread the pins out, because that causes a problem later on. So what we'll do now is we'll just jam that down in there. We'll hold this in here. We have 12 volts here. We're good. We have power to it. Okay, so that can fall on the floor. We'll get it later. We'll turn the car off. So now what that just told us is a couple of very important details. Number one, by ascertaining that we have power here, that shows that our wiring is good, that shows that our splices are good, and that shows that our entire power subset all the way back to the power distribution box is good. So if we take this off and then figure out if we have resistance here or not, either we'll isolate this as bad, or
check the ground.
No, well, we can't check the ground. The ground is controlled by the PCM in a pulse width modulated fashion, so it varies the ground to it to give it more or less vacuum.
That's how it actually controls the...
That's how it actually controls it. So it's not just as easy as making it come on and testing it for ground. So, okay, so we pulled it out, and now I know I'm on them good. We've got absolutely jack. We've got nothing there, no resistance whatsoever. So we'll put it on the beeper. Nothing there either. There's your open circuit.
So we got a bad EGR vacuum regulator.
Yep. So we need to call the parts house and see if we can get one of these Joules. So all it took was 2 books, a voltmeter, and a laptop computer, and
2 Pro Techs.
yes, the pro part. All right, so we're gonna see if we can get another part, and then we're gonna continue on with this in just a little bit. Alrighty, so we've got the key turned back on. We've got the car all put back together. Now we can already see that we've made a big difference because we have no fault on our EGR system. So now we will go over to our DTCs. All right, our DTCs here. All right, now we can reset DTCs. All DTCs reset. Service procedure completed successfully. Very nicely done. Now let's go back to this, and we will pull all that back up so that we know where we're at. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start this thing up, and we'll see if it runs right. God, I hope so. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Now we reset all the adaptations, so it's probably going to run a little bit goofy till it relearns idle and everything like that. Right now it's maxed out lean on short terms. Or no, it's maxed out rich on short terms, excuse me, because it's a positive figure. Okay, we've had it running a little while now. It was a little bit shaky starting up, but we're figuring out what's going on here with it. We're starting to warm up. We don't have any faults on our EGR system. Our mass airflow sensor looks normal. And if we come over here and look, our short-term fuel trims are starting to calm down. That's because they were pegged out at complete rich, because what we did was we reset all the adaptations, and the car is basically relearning right now. But it's idling good and smooth. Mass airflow sensor looks good. Both of our temperature sensors agree. I think this car is fixed.
I hope so too.
I think so. I think this got it.
It runs like absolute crap when it's cold.
I mean, it didn't run bad. It surged a little bit when we first started it, but it didn't run bad at all. I mean, nobody had to keep their foot on the gas. And,
right.
You know, it didn't cough and sputter and die, so we definitely fixed something.
It's smoking.
It's supposed to. That, I can smell that. That's blowing the carbons out. Well, I think that's it for this Ford Crown Victoria. We figured out that our EGR vacuum solenoid had gone bad and was completely open circuited. And that was causing the EGR valve to stay open, making the car run bad when it was cold, also making it run real lean because it was dumping nothing but straight exhaust air straight into the engine, and just run bad. But now our fuel trims are sorting out. Car sounds good. We ran a little bit of cleaner through it, and this thing's never sounded better in its life. So we're going to call this one wrapped up and good to go.
Sounds good.